We're going to go on now to the entertainment segment. I have with me two entertainment journalists. They are both Emmanuels. I'm talking about Emmanuel Dadzi and Emmanuel Sapong. Good morning, guys.
Kwame Dadzi, Kwame Sapong.
Yeah. Okay, Kwame.
Yeah, man.
Why? Both of you are Emmanuels, both of you are Kwame.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is what it is.
Speaking of authenticity and our culture.
Great.
Writers, especially for the movie industry. Tell us what's going on.
All right, so David Donto was on the Upside Down show on Sunday, and he talked about the fact that we don't have writers for the film industry, the theater industry here in Ghana. And I think he was just trying to look at the quality of movie productions in this country. For a long time, we've been talking about how we can make sure that our movies are up there. Yeah. And so he mentioned writing as the major problem that we have, as the soul of every movie or theater. There is a video to that. Let's take a look at it.
All right, let's do that.
First of all, talking about quality of production, you see, first of all, everything starts from the script.
Right.
The whole film or drama or whatever you put up there on stage or on television starts from the script. We have to go back to get people to be interested in writing stories. Nigeria, Nollywood has actually taken a leap ahead of Ghana because of the very strong writing culture in Nigeria. And theater is a very powerful means of entertainment and communication in Nigeria. They do it in English and the various local languages. Fortunately, they are a federal state. Each one of them has a television station. Apart from the television station, they have cinema theaters, and then theaters for stage performances and things. And so that's why there's a plethora of actors all over, all over.
So that's David Donto. Kwame, what do we make of this?
When I heard him say that we lack writers, for me, I found that hard to believe.
Okay.
Because I think in the 21st century Ghana, there are quite a number of writers who need opportunity. I think the question we need to ask ourselves is, where is the avenue? Where are the doors that are being opened for these writers to even submit the scripts they talk about? We need to move away from that myopic thinking that what is not existent does not mean that really there is not much that could be done. There is. If they do their research, there are young writers all over the place. For example, you can go into a school, all right, where growing up we used to have club meetings. I don't know if it's still, where we had the writers club, poetry club, those kind of things. You can go to a typical school and then do what I call scanning. You scan young writers from these schools and look at their scripts. And I'm sure you would definitely find something that would befit the image of the Ghanaian movie industry. But I think from where he sits, with no disrespect, but from where he sits, I think what they need to do is do more research into the various, regions of the country, so that they can have different perspectives and angles of the stories he's looking for. Because if it's about writers, there are enough writers in the country.
So Kwame is saying there are enough writers in the country, but I think you would admit that for the past 1 or 2 decades, the substance has been missing. I mean, when you look at Heritage Africa, the kind of productions we used to do in this country, and the mediocre love story, predictable endings, bashing our culture, making other people look bad, all in the sake of movies and being funny. What have we done to the industry?
I think it's a matter of movie producers and those who invest their monies into the movie productions. Most of these people think that instead of maybe spending money on script writers or employing somebody who can write a good story for me for my movies, I can do that. I can write some sort of a story. I can direct as well. I can produce. So the same person is doing everything. I'm not saying that one person cannot be talented in all the areas, but there are people who are not really cut for certain things, but would want to do it because they don't want to spend money to do that, extra money to do that. Okay, so there are movie directors and producers and whatever out there who are not giving the chance to writers to also have their place in the system, and that is a problem we have. And I believe that as we talk about the problems of the movie industry, just as Kwame Sarpong suggested, I believe they should try as much as possible to scout for these script writers. If you want a good script, you'll get it. And the question is, they shouldn't just go for the writers and exploit them, take their script and not pay them, because in this creative industry right now as we speak, one of our biggest problems, and that's one topic we'll be getting into later on, is the fact that most people who are into productions actually don't cherish talent.
Let's go into that topic right now.
Young talent.
Shatta Wale,
just
MOG
like
beats.
Shatta Wale and MOG music, you know.
Pom.
And so, about 3 days ago, on Sunday, in the evening, something happened on Twitter where Shatta Wale actually posted something on Facebook. He was commending some up-and-coming music producer and said that he's going to spoil them with cash. Then MOG Music, who had produced 10 songs for Shatta Wale on his Rain album, also went on Twitter to say, Opana, I don't know, say you be stingy, like, so you go to do all these things when you don't pay me. You know,
Let's take a look at the tweets.
The tweets are there. Let's take a look at that and come back.
So that's MOG.
Yeah, so that's Shatta Wale's initial post.
The first post.
Yeah, you said, is it Park?
Yeah,
So
Park.
he's shouting out producers.
Shout
that
out
he wants
to
to
all those
throw
people
money
and say
at.
you spoil them with cash. And then let's go on to MOG's response to that. And he says that, money man, Shatta Wale, me, I dey see you as a big brother. A big brother I never had. Okay, so I know say you know be stingy like that too. I produced 10 songs on the Rain album, but I know see no cash from you since 2018. Seeing this made me laugh so hard.
Lots of sarcasm in here.
Oh,
Yes,
definitely.
and Shatta came back.
Okay, let's see Shatta's response because he starts
Shatta came
insulting
back.
the poor man.
Yeah.
Well, the young man, he's not poor.
He says, now I want you to know that I bought your beat for 100 CDs each.
Oh, that's
So
sad.
I have paid you long time, and I thank God that I didn't waste money because all the songs serve no hate because of today.
Which
That's
is
really sad.
arguably
100 CDs for a
inaccurate.
beat? I mean,
And-
what's the market price?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's so the thing
Especially
is,
for MOG, because I think he's really talented.
yeah. I mean, we need to look at the history of MOG's emergence. 2018, you could see he was entering the industry at the time.
Yeah.
So obviously, and you see, this thing is a grassroots problem. If you're an upcoming producer and you want to work with the big stars, you know, you kiss their feet. You know, you give them, because more to the story is MOG actually sent him 150 beats.
Wow.
150 beats, and Shatta Wale selected 10 for the album.
And then he's talked about how he has issues with even the 10 and he had to work on
Exactly,
it. I mean, is that
which
the posture he
of
should
course
have
you
as
know
an
is the
artist?
typical SM thing, you know, trying to make
But
him look
should
good.
that be fine?
It
That's
shouldn't.
pathetic.
It shouldn't. That is why we always come back to how the industry needs to protect the interests of such people. You know, in this industry, especially the music industry, the only person that is being uplifted or praised is the musician. We don't take into credit the producer. We don't take into credit the songwriter. You get me? And I think this issue has brought up the conversation again for us to pay attention to these things, because we talk about royalty systems and so on and so forth. The producers are suffering. In other countries or other developments where you see a producer make it big because of the kind of songs he's produced, in Ghana, it is not like that, because at the end of the day, you are the one that is sidelined when you go to events and stuff. Yesterday, a gentleman, another producer actually said that when you even go to events, some of these big stars don't want to even see that you are working with them because you are not the star of the night. I am the star. You get me? And all these things contribute to some of the detrimental issues we talk about today. MOG is a big producer today, right? But before, he was kissing the feet of Shatta Wale and selling his beats at 100 CDs. A young upcoming producer who is looking at MOG today will think, oh, okay, then if I'm coming to the business, me too, for some of my beats 100 CDs so that I can get there. But you see, that's what the problem is. The issue is education. The producers do not know the value they possess. Because the truth is, if you take out the beats, or you take out the production, it's just a cappella.
But as people who are listening to their music, shouldn't we hold artists accountable for the way they treat our producers? Because if we are going to do this, imagine Beyonce telling Guilty Beats, I'm Beyonce, so kiss my feet and I won't pay you. That's what Shatta Wale is doing right now.
Kwame
And it's
Sarpong,
not
you mentioned value. I think that most of these artists actually don't know their value. You know, MOG didn't charge for the beats, and that is a mistake that he made. Most of these music producers, when they are coming up, they want to be heard, and so they don't even mind sending the beats out for free. Some of them will just give the beat out. You just use it so that I can also blow with it.
Does he also think we shouldn't blame MOG too much? Because he did say that Shatta Wale said he would practically transform his mother's life.
And
many
he
other
sent
things
some
that
money
Shatta Wale talks.
to
So
his
should they
mother's
have an...
mobile account.
We
I think
have his voice. Let's listen
Yeah,
to his
sure.
voice.
I think this is on moral grounds, but
Okay.
business-wise,
Should we
MOG didn't.
Yeah,
do
yeah,
the
we
right
should.
thing.
We should.
Let's listen to the voice.
You dey compare yourself to other artists for Ghana here. They too, people too they believe say you get money. Hey, big man. Hey, me, you see that money I know they need from you, but that line and things no, you beat 100 Ghana cedis. If you be upcoming producer or something like that, when somebody buy beats from you, if be 100 Ghana cedis, you go make it pay, big man. When you know be you give me my first CD, Posse G, Sarko here, RNS, 2016. This matter we dey talk about it be 2018 matter. You dey tell me say you be 100 Ghana cedis you go give me. Artist for Africa where Beyonce feature you. No problem. You know be anything. Right now I just feel say people go really see because more boys today there they no want talk. The producers all day there they no want talk. If you only me where me I get vim where me I go fit talk. No problem. You Kosu. Me I know what talk. It be God now where go judge you because me. Anytime I talk right now, I go be used against me. I no go talk. If be God they watch you like he go judge you. You they compare yourself to other artists for Ghana here. They too people.
What do you guys think? Let's wrap it up.
But I think he has a point, but I also think that it's a very great lesson to all the producers out there. When you work for somebody, charge for it. Don't say that, okay, you give me anything that you want. It is business. You've produced some work for somebody. Wale, for example, you can't just force him to pay you a certain amount. Right now, if you ask MOG to tell you how much Wale is owing him, he can't say it because he didn't charge for it. And I think that is something that we all lack in this industry because you think that, oh, that person is up there and I just want the shine. Let him give me anything that you want. Why is he now complaining? Because he gave some people shout out on Facebook and he didn't mention his name. Are you that cheap that you want shout outs for compensation or as payment? No, we should be serious, you know.
For me, I just want to say that artists out there, especially the Ghanaian artists, the producers contribute to the success of your careers, whether you like it or not. These guys need to survive on what they do because that is their trade. You need to respect them. That's what the industry is lacking. We are lacking a lot of respect, whether a songwriter or a producer. Please give the producers the respect and give them what they are due. And for the producers, research, learn, educate yourself on your assignment as a producer. Provide the necessary documents. Don't just do word of mouth, word of mouth, word of mouth, because today it is your word against his. Research, get the necessary documents, research on your publishing, understand what it means to submit your songs to the publisher, so that when we are talking about your monies, we don't have to be chasing people like Shatta, because the truth is right now as it stands, Shatta Wale does not care. That's the truth, you know. So if you get your stuff right, you're definitely going to get him after. That's all.
Thank you guys so much for being with us.
Yeah.
Thank you at home for staying.